Good morning. We are going to talk a little bit about MLA format and how we should set up our papers. So the first thing you want to do is create your own Google document. I have opened up a new Google document in my drive and I've entitled it Epic Hero Research Paper. So if you remember, in order for something to be in compliance with MLA format, the font must be Times New Roman. So I would click Times New Roman. And it must be 12-point font. Now, the first thing you're going to do after you check your font and check your size is you are going to set up your paper header. So, the first thing you will write will always be your name, the class, the teacher's name, the class you're currently taking, and the date that the paper is due. And even though it seems strange, you're going to type in the number, the month, and the year. Now is a great time for us to go ahead and change our line spacing. So if you click on Format, you can go to Line Spacing Double, and that will take care of that for you. So now we have our MLA format header set up for us. Also, if you click up here at the top, you want to type your last name. We're going to go over here to More. We're going to right align it. And we are going to insert, where is it? Insert page number. Here it is. Header page number. So it gives you some options over here. As far as where you want it, we want to choose our first option. So it's going to be your last name and then a number that will change every time you change the page. You will have to go back in and select Times New Roman and 12-point font again. Google really enjoys Arial. So there we go. That is set up. You want to just hit enter one time, excuse me. Center line, title of my paper. That could be anything. It could be your hero's name. It could be Epic Hero Research Paper. Doesn't matter. The point is, now it is set up, double-spaced, and now it is ready to go. All right. Now we're going to talk a little bit about the Works Cited page. So you need to, I think the easiest way rather, is to set up a new document so that you're not worrying about where it's going to be in your current document, and you can always copy and paste it over. So again, Times New Roman, 12-point font. I've already copied and pasted one of these citations for you, but I want to remind you where you can find those. So remember our rules for this. It must be alphabetically organized rather, by either the article title or the author's last name. And where do we find this information? Well, if you did what me and Ms. LaFaus asked you to do, you saved all of your articles under your drive, and you should have an orange folder that says Opposing Viewpoints. So here are the 3 articles that I downloaded as an example for you guys. So we have our highlighting. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, and even if you need to find this in the database, you can still do it. It's still there, but this was the purpose of us saving it. What you're going to do is copy where it says source citation. You want the whole thing all the way down through the date. You do not need the Gale document number. We're going to go back to our Works Cited page. We are going to paste. Now, the formatting was a little weird. I can fix this easily by just deleting, moving it back. You can choose to fix the font later if you would like. Now I want to talk to you a little bit about hanging indentations. There's not a very easy way to do this in Google, but if you follow this example, it's not that hard either. It's just a little more difficult than it is in Microsoft Word. So I highlighted everything and I grabbed the bottom. When you grab the bottom triangle as opposed to this top, it lets you control both bars. So you're going to grab the bottom triangle and you're going to left click and pull it over to this halfway mark between 0 and 1. That's step 1. Now, you're going to carefully select this little bar at the top and you're going to pull that back to where we brought it from. So now you have a properly formatted hanging indentation for your Works Cited page. This is also super helpful for you because it also quickly points out what you would need to use for your parenthetical citation. A good rule of thumb is whatever is sticking out, it's generally going to be the article title or the author's last name if it's a print text, is what's going to go in your parenthetical citations. So I can copy and paste this, and I'm going to bring up an example body paragraph about bullying. Okay, this is just from another student research paper that they wrote before. Let's pretend that this quote right here came from that article. Now, remember, we have to include citations. Parenthetical citations, let me take away that underline. Parenthetical citations are in a parentheses, hence the name. I'm just going to paste that in, and we are done. The only difference is you want to make sure that your period is outside of the parenthetical citation. So for every piece of evidence that you pulled from an article, it needs this parenthetical citation. Where will we find that? On our Works Cited page always. Remember, this must be alphabetically organized. Please use this video as a resource for you to utilize when you begin setting up your own paper. Of course, if you have any questions, please let me and Ms. LaFaus know.